Today I'm going to show you step by step how to make this super cute Christmas wreath. Don't worry, this is a beginner friendly tutorial. If you're new to the channel, I'd love you to hit that subscribe button and join us. We've got new tutorials uploading every single week, and you can find the full materials list for you below in the description of this video. Okay, let's dive in. We'll be building today's wreath on a 24-inch round pine base, and the focal point is going to be that super cute Christmas gnome. You are not going to believe where this super cute gnome came from. In fact, let's have a little contest. Drop a comment below and let me know where you think this guy came from. He's so stinking cute. You can shape his hat. Adorable. Okay, first things first, we need to make our deco mesh wreath base. We're going to use 3 different types of 10-inch deco mesh. I've got a window pane red, a window pane solid white, and a little bit of gray. So we're going to cut strips of the mesh, and you guys, I don't measure. I just put it in front of me, pull my arm straight up at a little more than a 90-degree angle, and I cut. So I'm going to cut 6 pieces of each color, and then we'll get them added into our wreath base. You can find a list of all the materials we're using in today's wreath below in the description of this video, as well as my Etsy link if you'd like to purchase today's beauty. Okay, now that we're surrounded by a pile of mesh, let's get it added into our wreath base. We're going to use these pine ties to secure our cruffles into our base. And to make a cruffle, you'll just grab a piece of your deco mesh. I lay it on my chest, roll each end in a couple of times to tuck away that raw edge and reduce the fray. Scrunch and gather in the middle, and you've made yourself a cruffle. We're going to come to any spot on our wreath base. We'll find 2 neighboring pine ties. We'll add that cruffle between those 2 ties and give them a couple of tight twists. So we'll alternate between the 3 colors, and we're going to add these all the way around our entire wreath, making sure you add pieces on the inside, the outside, and in the middle. What theme is everyone going with this year? Okay, I've got 3 added in, and this is what it's looking like. We're going to finish that process all the way around our wreath base, and then I'll meet you back here. And here's what our finished deco mesh wreath base looks like. So we're going to add our cute little gnome on the right hand side here, and I'm actually going to anchor down his torso with an 18 gauge floral wire stem. So I made a couple of holes on either side, and I'm just going to run this 18 gauge floral wire stem right through those holes to anchor him down into the wreath. And we're going to poke those right through the base of our wreath and tie them on the back side. Here I've trimmed off the ends of those floral wire stems, and I'm using my needle nose pliers to curl those ends back and under so they don't poke our door. All right, he's anchored down in 2 spots, and just for good measure, he's going to get a couple of squirts of glue. So while that's anchoring down, let's make our bow. We're going to use this 1.5 inch red, white, and gray. We've got a solid white and this super cute snowflake. So I'm starting out with a shorter tail. This is going to be pointed towards the top. We're going to make 2 loops that are probably 6 inches or so. And then a single long tail. Always make that tail longer than what you think you'll need. Next up, we'll do the same thing with our solid white. So 6-inch tail at the top, hard twist, and 2 loops the exact same size as our previous. And a long tail. And last, we'll do the same thing with our 1.5 wide. We're going to give it a 6-inch tail, 2 loops, about an inch smaller than the previous. And a long tail. Then we'll secure that with our pipe cleaner. Just going to wrap that right around the center, twist it nice and tight on the back. We'll pull all of our tails in the right directions, long tails pointing down, and short tails pointing up. Then we're going to dovetail those ribbon tails. So you're just going to fold that in half and take your scissors on the folded side and cut up diagonally to the corner. And that's going to give you that pretty V shape. So let's do that to all of our ribbon tails. And we're going to nestle our bow catty corner. We don't need to fluff it until it's added down into your wreath. Just find a couple of neighboring pine ties and secure that bow down. Then we'll just add a little dollop of hot glue right underneath that bow and give it a little push to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Once we're done, we can fluff out that bow just a little bit. I'm just opening up those loops into an X pattern. And I'm going to angle trim those ends because we'll curl this ribbon in just a little bit. So this is what it's looking like so far. How stinking cute. We're going to go ahead and add some ribbon tails into this beauty. So what I'm going to do is take my ribbon and measure that at the 12-inch mark, and then I'm going to fold this accordion style until I have 6 pieces. Then we'll cut away the rest of that ribbon. So we've got this nice little ribbon stack, and I'm not going to open that stack up. I'm just going to cut diagonally up to the corner there, not letting go of that ribbon. Spin it around. Do the same thing to the other side. And we just measured, trimmed our ends, and separated our ribbon tails so they're all ready to add into our wreath. Let's make 6 of the white and 6 of the snowflake as well. Did you know you can also find me over on TikTok and Facebook? Yep, just search for Stillwater's Wreath Designs. Okay, let's get those ribbon tails added into our wreath. We're just going to fold a ribbon tail in half to identify the center point, give it a pinch, fold it into a loose V, and find 2 neighboring pine ties within our wreath. We're going to sprinkle those ribbon tails all throughout the entire wreath until we've got them all added in. Okay, I've got all those ribbon tails added into the wreath, and look how stinking cute this guy is. Next, we're going to add a couple of Christmas ornaments off to the left-hand side. I've got this jumbo silver and then a smaller matte red, and we're just going to add some hot glue to the bottom side of those ornaments and nestle them in. I like to put them on the opposite side of the gnome to give some counterweight. Okay, let's add 3 red and white glitter curly picks. This is a really good focal point right around those ornaments. So I'm going to sprinkle 3 in. And last but not least, I've got a super cute winter floral pick. This has got silver leaves with lots of little red berries and jingle bells. So I'm going to trim those down into individual pieces, and then we'll run some hot glue right along that stem and nestle them all throughout the wreath. Here, I'm making sure I tuck in that cute little jingle bell right in the center of my bow. Okay, let's get back to sprinkling these bits all around the wreath. Okay, we are on to our last step. Now that we've got our florals added in, we're going to curl those ribbon tails. This is just a leftover cardboard insert from our 10-inch deco mesh. And you guys, I'm just wrapping that ribbon right around that insert and releasing. It's going to give that ribbon a nice, cute curl. And this beauty is finished. Super simple and oh so stunning. What do you think?